Behind me is the 18th green at Saltburn Golf Club, and behind that is the beautiful clubhouse that we are about to install, a 31.6 kilowatt solar system consisting of 56 565 watt GA solar panels. Connected to that will be a 30 kilowatt Solis 3-phase inverter. We're literally ready to go, or should I say, we're ready to tee off. Now this job has been about 9 months in the making, which is long enough to make a baby. So we cannot wait to get our teeth into this one. We've been in committee meetings, planning meetings, structural surveys, and of course fine-tuning the solar proposal to get it absolutely spot on for this club to be able to reduce their energy bills. And boy, is it a fantastic project for us to be involved in. The sun is shining, it is so peaceful here. I'm just next to the 18th tee, so I'm being mindful of anyone about a tee off, but it is quite early, so hopefully they're not round the 18th yet. But this is a lovely par 3, just about 200 yards, and I have been promised by the committee members that they will sort me out with a round at the end of the job. So as I say, in total we've got 56 solar panels on this job. They are 565 watt GA solar panels, more suited to commercial jobs. And out of those 56, we have 36 going on this west roof, which you can see right behind me. And then we've got 16 on the south facing section and another 6 on the other south facing section that you can see there. So we're in a beautiful part of the UK today. We're just on the northeast coast in a gorgeous little seaside town called Saltburn-by-the-Sea. Very, very popular with locals and tourists, visitors, especially when the sun's out. This place gets absolutely packed. It's full of lovely bars, restaurants. It's got a gorgeous beach, a lovely pier with amusements and gorgeous fish and chip shops. It's a place that we like to come as a family as well. So we're just thrilled to be part of this fantastic project. We're just in this wonderful location, a gorgeous clubhouse to work with in a lovely setting. What could be better than this? And the sun's out as well. So hopefully we're on for a good week, but there's lots and lots to get on with. We've got the scaffolders starting this morning, we've got deliveries arriving, and then we've got the lads turning up. We're going to start cracking on with the rails, the brackets, the solar panels, and then all the electrics inside, which I'm going to show you where we're getting our power from, where the inverter is going to be sited. And one important thing to mention is that because we are by the sea, obviously the wind is naturally going to be stronger than it would be inland, but as well this golf club, as you can see, it just sits in this valley, so the wind can be accentuated right where the clubhouse sits. So we've taken that into account with all of the structural and wind calculations, and we're going to be making sure that we install extra hooks on these rails so that in high winds we aren't going to be facing solar panels floating around this golf club and potentially landing in the North Sea. So yeah, we've done all the background work, and now it's time to get stuck into the manual labour and get these solar panels on so that this club can start saving some real money on their energy bills. So let's go and take a look inside. So this is basically, there's the 18th green where we've just seen. So at the moment we are in this apex. We're putting panels on this roof here, and then the other roof on the other side, and then the big long west roof runs along here. We're going to go into this loft. This is where the inverter's going, so follow me. As far as loft spaces go, this is a loft I don't mind being in. There's plenty of room. So yeah, this is the loft. They've just had these boilers put in, so they've put this, like, you know, they've built this wooden board here. So what we're going to do is just build something not quite as big as that, build something here where we can put our inverter and everything, isolators. There's already Wi-Fi up here apparently, and it's full of smoke detectors, so that's great. That's that side of things covered. I'll show you where we're getting our feed from. So we're going to be running our cable all the way along the beams. This actually used to be the roof of the clubhouse. Anyway, follow me. Watch where you're walking. Gets a bit dark down here. Is there not some more light switches? Is that still on, Leo? Still recording? Oh, there you go. Yeah, so follow me. You've got to watch where you're walking. So, can you see that? Can you pick that up on the camera? So that's the lovely little bird's nest of cables that someone has painstakingly dressed in there, which I'm obviously joking, it's an absolute mess. But right under there is the main consumer unit where everything is, where we'll be taking our cable down into there. But it just so happens to be in the ladies' changing rooms. So there's going to have to be a little bit of organising, because obviously we're going to need the power off for like a good hour or two while we connect in and test and this, that and the other. So yeah, so that's the plan for up here. Nice space to work in. So yeah, we've got a work cut out. So we're basically making a start on this roof here. This is the west roof, the big one that's facing the 18th where we've just been. So yeah, we're going to have our inverter there. I mean, we could put it where we want, but I think because they've got the boilers there, it makes sense to have the solar inverter as well, so that servicing and everything like that, you're not walking all the way down there. So we need to take our cables out somewhere around here, and we will be coming, the panels will be coming all along as far as this. So we've just popped in here now to get a little sort of idea of, you know, the distance of the trusses and the thickness of them as well, which will help us when we're measuring out on the roof. So yeah, this is the loft. Okay, so as you can see, the scaffold is now up. We put our banner on, nothing like a bit of free advertising. So all these golfers can see who's doing this fantastic solar job, and hopefully they'll all want it on their houses. That's the plan. So we're going to start with this west facing roof, which is the biggest one. And we thought we'd just get a start on this one because the solar panels are all going to get delivered just below us. So it'd be handy to have them just where we need them. So we're going to start measuring out. We've got our plan. Leo, if you want to show us a plan. So yeah, we've got on this roof 34, isn't it? Yeah, so 2 rows of 17. So obviously we're just going to do them in 2 strings. So we've got quite a lot of play on this roof. It's massive in comparison to the panels, but we need to have in mind about the future, because they may want to add some more panels down the line, but actually it might be on the other side that we may look at, because that is the east side, which at the moment, you know, there's no panels going on that. Potentially that might be worth looking at for the future to pick up the early sun. So yeah, we've got some play here, but we're going to stay away from that sort of apex there to avoid any potential shading on the end of the panels. So yeah, we're just going to mark out now anyway, have a little play around with the tape measure and just see where's going to be best. But we're probably going to stick further up, keep further up to allow for a potential extra row along the bottom. Right, so first things first, we're going to measure out how much room we need. So we've got 17 panels, and each panel, because these J Solar, the 565s, they're actually long and narrow. So each one is 2,333 in length, so 2.3 meters by 1,134. So they're all going portrait. So we want to do 1,134 times 17. And we're no Carol Vordermans, so I'm going to use a calculator. 1,134 times 17 equals 19,278. You don't trust me, do you?
And we need to add that.
Right, and then add that. So there's 16 gaps. Yeah? Well, right, so 19,278, write that down then. 19,278, and then we've got gaps of 20 mil in between every panel. So there's 16 of them. So 16 times 20 equals 320. So 320 mil of gaps plus the 19,278 is 19,598. And that is end of the panel to the end of the panel of the row. So that's what we've got to play with. So basically 20 metres, and this roof is a hell of a lot longer than 20 metres. So we'll get that measured out then. Oh, we'll do do it upwards as well. So we've got 2333 times 2 equals 4666. Should have been able to work that. Plus the 20 gap, 4686 top to bottom. So first thing we're going to do is measure that out and see what area we're playing with and where exactly we want to position these panels. Shall we get cracking? Yeah? Say cheers, man. Use the helmet. Cheers. Yeah, so as you can see, Leo and Brad there are getting on with the hooks now. Got a little production line going. We've planned out where all the hooks are going, and it's all working out well with the amount of hooks that we require on this roof. Brad's just grinding a little piece out of the tile, and then Leo's following along, putting the tile back and fixing the bracket in place. So we're just going to do one row at a time because time's getting on a bit now. Obviously we don't want to take a load of tiles out off the roof and then it's time to go and we've got to put them all back. So we're just going to do a row at a time because the solar panels are still due to arrive between 2 and 4. That could be any time, and that's going to take us a good hour or so to carry all them in to where they've got to go in the clubhouse. So yeah, I mean, it's just pleasant. I'm just sat here enjoying the sun, watching the lads work hard. A couple of fellas there sat with a pint on the balcony. Very jealous. It's making me thirsty. But yeah, what a lovely place. Peace and quiet, apart from that noisy get behind me, like. So yeah, it's all going good so far. Cheers. Okay, so I've just come up onto this one of our south facing roofs. This is the smaller one out of the two. We've got 6 panels to go on here, and we have proposed 16 on that one. So what I'm going to do is, before we go too far on the west roof, which we're on with at the minute, I'm just going to mark out and make sure that what we've said can go on these 2 sides can, because our sort of fail-safe, if you like, is if we can't achieve them on here or there, the amount we said, we've got plenty of room on that west side, so we can always add an extra 2. And I've also checked, obviously, the calculations, the tolerances for the inverter with the panels, the voltage and ampage and everything, to make sure that I have room to add more on those strings, because obviously there's 17 panels per string on that side. So we've got room for about 3 more per string within the inverter tolerances. So I've got some room to play, which is always what you're looking for, because no matter how much prep you do, until you start taking tiles up, seeing where the beams are and what you can achieve, once you start seeing that, you never know. You know, you might have to alter a design, and that can happen and does happen. But just for now, before we go any further down there on the other side, I just want to make sure we can get on this roof what we are hoping. Well, the good news is this has worked out exactly as planned. So yeah, basically we've got 5 portrait panels, because these are 2.333 long, so they're really long panels, obviously more suited to commercial. So they're about 2.3 meters basically, these are in length. So we've got a panel starting here. Obviously we leave a gap of 400 from the bottom to the gutter, and we're leaving a nice gap from the top of that panel to that ridge. Same on the other side. So I've marked this out so that we've got the whole 6 panels, the array is bang centre of this triangular section of roof. So we've got 5 portrait panels, and then finally We have a landscape panel sitting on top, right in the middle. Here we go, right there. So there's no more room to fit another panel on there without going too close to the edges. So it looks like this was spot on, 6 panels on this roof. So hopefully I've got the dimensions right on that one as well. So let's go and have a look. This was basically the plan there for that roof there. You see that? So it's worked out pretty much exactly like that. So this is my next roof. I was actually hoping I could get all of these portrait, but until I get up there, I'm not going to know. So I might have to have a play with orientation, or worst case scenario, you know, we might have to put a couple on the west roof. So let's go and have a look at that. Okay, so as you can see, the pallets have arrived with the solar panels on. The driver's not very happy. You know what they're like, they just want the easiest possible job, you know, drop it off, see you later. But fortunately, it's not always the case, so yeah, I'll try and cheer him up.
20% chance. Just 20.
Of?
20.
20% chance of what?
Offloading.
Offloading?
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean.
Mission impossible.
Oh, well. You need,
I think mission impossible.
well, you look like Tom Cruise, so should be all right. I don't know why they send them then if it's impossible to deliver them.
Need tire like that. Bank, bank, easy peasy.
How did they get them on?
Normal.
Oh, well. So first problem of the job, and there's always one, is the panels can go on the truck, but apparently they can't come off. So we're going to have to handball every single one. So let's just get on with it. Oh well, that was fun. There's solar panels everywhere in the car park at the minute. Happy Larry's just about to leave. And that was ridiculous. We had 2 pallets. I don't know whoever's packed that truck has not thought about how it's going to get unloaded, because there was 2 pallets with a hell of a lot of weight on. They must have been loaded by a forklift truck, because there was no way he was getting them off with that trolley. And then, so we handballed all these ones, and then we went to do the other stack, and they'd been stacked this way. So the second that we cut all the ties, we wanted to fall down, so we had to hold them, and anyway, we've done it, they're off. So they're all over the car park, and now we've got to get them into the clubhouse, and then obviously onto the roof. So, yeah, I'll be sick of the sight of solar panels by the end of this. Well, that's all 56 solar panels brought in, as you can see, all down that corridor. Oh, my 48-year-old back is feeling that. It's like 5:10 now. So we made good progress this afternoon. I really wanted to get that 16 panel roof measured, so I might sweet talk the lads and see if they'll stay back another half hour for me, get that measured, and then I think it's calling for a pint on the balcony before we leave. Depends how much these lads want to get off, but at least the panels are in. We had one smashed one, which was a little unfortunate, but easily sorted. But yeah, made good progress on the roof today. I mean, we've only started this afternoon. We were not expecting to be here today, so it's a bonus. And then we've allocated a week. I don't think we'll need that, but nice that we've got that time to play with. So yeah, I think we'll have a little go, measure up on that roof, and then that'll call it a day. Right, well that's it, it's the end of the day, and fortunately the lads let me measure this last roof just here, and it's all good. We can fit the 16 panels on as we hoped, or as we planned, and now we are just enjoying a nice pint of fresh orange and lemonade, not quite a beer, But after all that carrying of all them panels, this is just what the doctor ordered, so we're just sat here enjoying a bit of sun before we leave, watching the golfers tee off. It's very peaceful, end to quite a busy day. So we'll be back again tomorrow, 8:30 start, and we should be getting some panels on that main roof. So we'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Okay, so I'm sorry about the hair, by the way. I'm a bit windswept. Oh my God, that's a mop and a half, that, innit? Yeah, so it's the weather here can just change so quick. Obviously we're by the sea, but in this valley that I was explaining right at the start of the video, it's just like 1 minute it's nice and calm, there's no wind, then it's blowing a gale, or just like that, it can change. So yeah, we've got to make sure we put plenty of hooks down, which is what we've done. So yeah, as you can see, we've finished finished bracketing and railing this 16 panel section of the south facing roof, and it's about 3ish now. So I'm going to try and finish off, well, we should get these last 6 brackets and rails on this little small triangular section where there's 6 panels going, and then that's all the brackets and rails done, which is kind of like, you know, a relief, getting that bit out of the way, especially for poor Brad, who's literally grinded out every single tile, bless him. He's literally, that's all he's done all day, just grinding. So he is covered in tile dust, so he's going to need about 4 showers when he gets home. Yes, it's all going well, and really pleased with the progress. So hopefully tomorrow it won't be as windy and we can just get on with panelling. I'd like to think that we can get all 56 panels done tomorrow, the whole lot, but obviously we've got to get the DC cables out as well. So depending on how easy, because I know this section here, it's a bit of a crawl through the loft spaces, so we'll just see, you know, no pressure, we'll get done what we get done at the end of the day. But if we could get all the panels done, bonus. But I promised the lads an early Friday flyer as well, so I have to stick to my word on that.